Uncle Charters wants to be a legend, but I can't be a legend unless other people are reaching success, are reaching certain levels of success. That's what legends do. We gotta help. We gotta help our fellow people, our fellow, in this case, our fellow traders. And I tell you, with NVDA, with the amazing price action that we get, it's a little disheartening for me that Uncle Charters is not a legend yet. What would it take for me to be a legend? Well, having at least 10,000 subscribers would help. But jokes aside, guys, jokes aside, look at this amazing, beautiful move to the downside. There was no prediction and what I needed to do today. All I did was identify the levels and setups beforehand, and then it come to real time. We just traded unbiasedly. I wrote here 9:28 a.m. First support's at 563, but I'm overall bullish above 560.8. So these levels must fail to be bearish and trigger more downside to 558.3, 557, and 558ish. Why? Because I play it level to level. With NVDA, we can play it a little more than level to level. The moves tend to be bigger, so level to level is good with SPY, because SPY, look at SPY. Look at little SPY. NVDA, you can get a little bit more out of level to level. But if you're trading with low risk, play it level to level. Like it broke down 563. That was a trigger to go short. Broke down 560.8. That was a trigger to go short. When do we short? False breakout setups. We cleared those two levels yesterday. Broke it down. Holy moly. Even if you played this from to this level or this level to my next level down to 557, it was decent moves. And then you leave runners. Level to level, leave runners. It don't have to be my levels. Use your own levels if you want to. But the principle, as long as the principle is still the same. Risk management. No greed. All that. Level to level. It takes the guesswork out. You know where you're going to enter. You know when you're going to get out. And then you leave a runner in case the market wants to give you more of a bigger move. NVDA does that a lot. It gives you these big moves. And this big drop from 563 went as low as 547.4. When we broke down these levels, they were all alerted in the group. Sometimes I don't know if anyone's paying attention. So I asked the group, so a good amount of people make decent money on NVDA. I just want to make sure, because this stock is so great. It's great. It gives you all these beautiful moves. You can make a lot of money. And we didn't even have to call a bottom or a top, anything like that. Because when we dropped down to 547, I mentioned to the group, I put, if you played any of the breakdowns, 548 is not a bad spot to secure most profits and leave a runner. And I put no calls unless 551.5 or 553 recaptured. And when those levels did recapture, I wrote to the group 551.5 recaptured and tested 553. Now, if it clears 555, 557-ish in play, of course, you can play it for bigger move if you want to. But the point was, look to long when 551.5 or 553 recaptured to play the false breakdown setup. And then recaptured around 10:30. Recaptured at the 10 o'clock candle. Cleared 553 at the 10:15 candle. It just moved back up, going as high as 562.73 before the end of the day. That's a beautiful move, like just amazing move. If SPY was to move like this, everyone would go crazy. Everyone would be happy or sad or something. Everyone would be emotional, so going crazy. But NVDA do it, and I don't see much reaction, so it's kind of sad to see. But I tell you this, if you don't trade NVDA because you know your risk tolerance and NVDA just moves too much, too fast, the spreads are just too much, that's fine, But for the rest of you who do have a decent sized risk tolerance and you're just ignoring this stock, like this stock is amazing, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So I'm just, talking about this because I want you guys to see that price action sheep style trading the false breakouts, false breakdown setups, level to level with runners. It works really good with NVDA. So if you got enough experience trading price action trading sheep style, I definitely recommend checking out this stock. It's a great stock. It moves a lot. You guys can see it. Even when it's chopping, it still gives you decent level to level moves. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. It was a great day trading NVDA. I just follow the trading plan. That's it. There's no magical pill, nothing. Anyways, let's get to the SPY. Bulls I guess you could say they defended that 471.3 level. That's my Fibonacci level. You guys can see intraday we had a breakdown of 473, and it did give us a decent level move. I mentioned to you guys 469, but I updated it in the Discord that I had 470.5, and then the 469 to 469.5 zone. It did manage to go as low as 469.8 before we had that false breakdown setup off the 470.5 level. Yeah, it was overall trappy and tricky day, but hey, I mentioned to you guys that we're in the chop phase. I know a lot of you guys don't like that, but I told you guys we're in the chop phase. What do you want me to say? I'm just translating the charts. So when we're trading the chop phase, you got to be very, very defensive with your gains and really, really trade with the traps, because especially in the chop phase, market makers, you know, they're always out to trap. So we know this. Trade with the traps. False breakout, false breakdown setup. What can I say? Anyways. So no breakdown of 471.3. We almost had a test of that pink trend line, which is what my 469 to 469.5 zone was based off of before bouncing. So, I mean, I guess we can count that as a bounce. Up to you guys. You guys consider that as a bounce or not. But we definitely got some type of buying pressure from that zone close to it. Like I said, I can't get bearish unless 471.3 and 469 fails. And I do mean on the daily chart. It's more powerful on the daily chart when we get these breakdowns. Okay? Overall, still, now that we back tested this trend line, remember we had a false breakdown setup of that pink trend line. Moved up. Now we come back to back test it as a support. It's not necessarily bearish, guys. But yeah, so far as a back test, so far there's buying pressure. Follow through for tomorrow will obviously be to clear 473 once again. That was Tuesday's low as well. Clear 473, 475, and 476.5, which was also around Tuesday's high. You can take out those levels, and we're back to 478.6, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, if that clears, all-time high and possible new all-time highs will be in play. All right? But if we break down those two support, that's when I would be bearish and favor a deeper pullback. Until then, guys, I'll be looking to play it level to level. Look at what happened here, 9:45. The market opened. Well, it broke down 475. No, excuse me. It broke down 471.3. This was Wednesday. Recaptured it. False breakdown setup led to a decent level-to-level move. And then what happened? False breakout setup. Broke back below 471.3. Decent level-to-level move. Recaptured 470.5. Decent level-to-level move. That's all we can do is trade with the traps. Does anybody hear me? I feel so alone sometimes. Anyways, let me move on. Triple Q. We had that fib level at 406. Didn't get the breakdown. We did push down as low as 402.92. I mean, if you played it level-to-level style, you would have been fine. If you try to go for a bigger move because you're a bear bias trader or whatever bias trader, you might have been crying at the end of the day when it bounced. Overall, though, for me to take this bounce more serious, resistant once again must clear 407.5, which was around today's high, and the next fib level, which is at 409. Those two levels clear, bullish, and we're back to that top that we had around 411.2. Is we're getting a lot of selling pressure from that zone, supply zone. So if we can obviously break that out, that for me would be bullish. I would favor all-time high and possibly a new all-time high in play, which would need it to break above 413. However, if we break below an official breakdown of 406 tomorrow, that would be your trigger to go short. 404 would be in play with 402 below that. Okay, and I'll be bearish below 406, and I will favor more downside. All right, otherwise, as long as above 406, bullish, but we gotta watch for the recapture of 47.5 and 409. IWM nearly tested that 50 daily moving average. Nearly tested it before it bounced. If there's any follow through on today's bounce, it would need to recapture 190.8 to trigger more upside, and we should get a decent size move to the upside. All right, maybe up to, if we play it level to level, that is 193 would be a target, but above that would be 195, 197, 198.75, and 200. All right, obviously, 50 daily moving average around 187. Maybe it'll creep up a little higher. So we'll give it a zone. 187 to 187.5 zone. That's based on the 50 daily moving average. If that fails, it's bearish, guys. It's very hard to believe a stock or a ticker symbol could be bullish when it breaks down the 50 daily moving average. Okay, so watch that 50 is around 187 to 187.5 zone. If that fails, bearish tomorrow. If 191 recaptures tomorrow, bullish. Tesla, beautiful trade. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it. I don't think anyone cares. Let me just focus on the daily chart. We had some buying pressure, excuse me. You see the wicks. The low yesterday around 212. Yes, today was around 212 once again. So there's obviously buying pressure from that 212 zone. If there's any follow through from that 212, 217 needs to clear tomorrow and put 219 in play. Above 219, I would be bullish. I would be bullish because that would be a recapture of the fib level. Now, we did recapture that fib level yesterday, but it looked like it was a fake out because we gapped down and went lower. Now we closed way lower than we did yesterday. So overall, it's going to have to recapture 219 and treat it as support and show that the market makers accept it as the new buy zone. As of right now, it's just still looking overall bearish. It could enter the chop phase. We don't always have to get a relief bounce. We can also get consolidate through time, meaning going sideways, and then break down to new lows. And the new low would need to break, for a new low, we need to break down 212. All right, guys. NVDA is just a beautiful stock, intraday trading. For anyone who cares, 560.8 was cleared yesterday. That's the 2.00 fib level. Today it closed below it. That is technically a false breakout, but we'll see if there's follow through. If we get an exhaustion gap tomorrow, like we gap down tomorrow, that could be follow through. If we retest 560.8 tomorrow as resistance and then get selling pressure, that could be follow through. All right. Overall, as long as below 560.8, bearish on NVDA. And we could go a lot lower. If we recapture 560.8 and break above 563, I would be bullish in favor that we bounce up higher again. Okay? Apple still lingering around that 200 daily moving average. Is it going to bounce or is it going to break down? That is the question. If it bounces, it'll need to clear 184. If it does, that's your trigger to go long and clear 186. That would be bullish. If it breaks down 180 to 181 zone, bearish, because that would be the breakdown of 200 daily moving average. Once again, watch that 200 daily moving average. It's been the 180 to 181 zone right now. Microsoft still looking bullish. No breakdown of that 388.68 level. Still, I mean, it went below it intraday, but guys, it still closed above it. If it breaks out tomorrow of 390.5, we break above 390.5, that's bullish. We're likely heading up to 393.7 and 395.4. I can't get bearish unless we get that daily chart closed below 388.68. That would trigger the false breakout setup and possibly put lower targets in play. AMD looking bullish since we broke out the cup and handle pattern. And it's still above the 157.37 level. We try to break it below, but something made it bounce back up. Check your fundamentals, check your catalyst, what's going on. But above 157.3 is still bullish, and we got a higher close. If 161 clears tomorrow, we're likely heading up to 164. That's my next Fibonacci target level. Can't get bearish unless we drop below 157.3. And I mean, it has to be official on the daily chart. Google, 142.3 somehow defended end of day, okay? It was looking bearish. Like many other stocks and tickers, it was looking bearish. But then end of the day, it just bounced, guys. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? People got squeezed out. So if it clears 144, that's follow through. I would long that. We're likely heading higher. If we get a daily chart close below 142.2 and 142.3, and we break down 141, that would be bearish. We need the daily chart close below those. Netflix is still looking bearish to me and even closed lower than yesterday. If we can break down 478 and 474.75, we're likely selling off even deeper. I will only favor a bounce at 482.6 and 485 recaptures. Meta, breakdown of 377, denied. We try to get low. It bounced off the next fib level around 358. This is a very volatile stock. I love Meta. But end of day, breakdown 367 denied. As long as above 367, now that we got this pullback and bounce, watch for the breakout of the next resistance at 370 and 373. Those levels clear. We are bullish. Could be going to 378, maybe even higher. Only bearish below 367. Amazon, it's just chopping. That's doji. Needs to make up its mind. Breakdown 150.7 and 149. That's bearish. If it decides to be bullish, it needs to recapture 152.6 and clear 154. Follow the price action. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. Cheddar flow is down for some reason, guys. I don't know what's going on with cheddar flow. It is down. It's not working. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So sorry I can't show you guys what's going on today. But yeah. All right. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.